You're on.
Hey, David Kearns, I'm candidate for District 53 State Rep, and we're talking about roads today. A lot of people have said that the roads in some parts of the city are bad, and so I decided to come out and take a look at what we got in some of these places. Now here we are at the corner of Hackensack and San Filippo, and one of the arguments that people have for not doing anything about the roads is that the roads themselves that are bad don't have anybody living on them. As we can see here on Hackensack, there are plenty of people living on this road. And right here you can see where people have just had to drive around, in some cases drive all the way around, running up on the side. This is really common. People make their own road to get around the scabs. So this extends all the way around the corner, and virtually every road that we've come across from Cogan Drive on San Filippo heading west looks like this. It's just one scab-ridden piece of crust after the other. So the idea that for $162 million, that what you're going to do is you're going to sell off City Hall. Well, the City Hall, if you got $7 million for the sale, you'd have to sell City Hall like 23 times in order to make a dent in this $162 million. And it's not a question of people not living on these roads and these being abandoned roads. This is a heavily traveled area. And now imagine you get in a situation where you have to move. Say your company changes and you have to move. So you're calling a realtor out, come take a look at this house, and the realtor calls their customers out. And it's happened to me a couple times. Before people can get to the house, they see this and they say, no, that's it. I'm not moving here. And that's part of the problem. In order to have a tax base, okay, you have to attract people. In order to have a tax base, you have to have housing and you have to have roads. So pie in the sky dreams are great for Emerald City and so forth, but let's follow this yellow brick road first and fix this first. And there are ways to do it. Bond issue. Council members need to be talking about a bond issue for at least some of the problem. As a state rep, I'll be looking at other methods in order to bring money in. Some of these major roads here are connectors. San Filippo connects up to St. Andre. St. Andre, it can be argued with the coming Beltway, is a road of regional impact. So there could be state money for this. There could be state emergency money for some of this. Right now, your current state rep hasn't bothered with roads. Your current state rep has bothered himself with laws about guns, making sure people have guns on their hips when they go to college campuses. He's interested in doing away with women's reproductive rights. He talks a good game about small business, but when it comes to stuff like this, he has totally ignored this. And the Republican Party itself has ignored this as well, because the Republican Party in the state of Florida, infrastructure is not important to them. It's giving tax breaks to vast corporations. So we're going to continue to look at the roads today and see what we can find. Where did all the road money go? Long time passing. Okay. So we're driving down one of the roads that we just talked about here, and this is what people go through every day to get into and get out of their neighborhoods. And these are nice houses. This is a well kept up neighborhood. People are taking care of their houses. They're looking for value. They've done their job. See, they've done their job, right? By taking care of their house. They're in their neighborhood. They've taken care of the yard. They've done everything they're supposed to do. Okay? Here you have somebody who's trying to sell their house. I'd like to call that realtor and say, you know, what are you seeing? Nice house. 3-2 CBS. Nice big yard, nice quiet shaded street. Okay? And when that realtor takes someone here, dude, she's gonna have to explain, you know? When you're trying to sell a house, as a realtor, I know when you're trying to sell a house, when you've got to do a side jaunt to talk about something not related to the house itself, when you have to explain away this, okay, 20% of the time, that's a sale that's lost. I got to tell you, it's been my experience. You can be the best salesperson in the world, and look at that. Look at that. You can be the best salesperson in the world, and the person could have gone to these efforts. Look how nice that house is, okay? And what is it? Is it your fault when you're a realtor that you have to deal with this? Is it your fault that you're a homeowner that you have to deal with this? You know, and when you go to City Hall, when you try to contact, first of all, when you try to contact your current state rep, okay, who has a faux office down at the south end of the barrier aisle, okay, and then you get no action there. You go to the City Hall and they're talking about selling the current building, okay, and you're sitting here driving around scabs all over the roads, and you're trying to make things good in your life. Look at that. Look at how good they did with that house. Is it their fault?